Video highlights from Dirt Track Speedway, presented by Fast Chefs by Actual Exchange. They're not just fast, they're first. FastChefs.com. So my main conversation tonight is, what's the point? And there's been a ton of talk about weekly racing, and points chasing isn't as big of a deal anymore. Mainly because drivers want to float around, or the point funds don't reward them. But I still follow the point funds or the points chasers no matter what. Not necessarily just because I think they're important to the point that it defines a driver, because there's tons of drivers that don't run weekly points but do a great job of putting on a great show for the fans. And wherever they go, there are a very, very big threat to win. But there are a couple of points that I really watch and kind of give a little more credence to. The biggest one that I give a ton of love to is the one that Jeff Brogue started decades ago. Not to imply that, Jeff Brogue, you're old, but you're about my age, and I'm not young anymore. Positively Racing. Originally, the All-Iowa points started off with the Hawkeye Racing News, and eventually when Jeff Brogue left, it disappeared for a little while, but I think he was still doing it. But Positively Racing, which, by the way, is a great website to kind of get another perspective on lifestyle. They have a lot of race recaps, but travel. But anyway, Jeff spends tons of hours doing it, and you go to positivelyracing.com and you'll find points. Click on it. Currently, when I looked at it this afternoon, Denny Woodworth was leading in the late model class, Hunter Marriott for mods, Tyler Soppe for limited mods, or sport mods, speed mods if you prefer, Shannon Anderson for the hobbies, 4 cylinders, Tyler Thompson, and then in the sprint cars, 410, 360, and 305 went Brian Brown, Thomas Kennedy, and Caleb Johnson, respectively. Now, there's another one that I've been just starting to pay attention to this year from Western Iowa Racing Results on Facebook, and they do a great job of promoting different events that are going on that side of the state. Also, a point fund that the drivers can get in on. Now, I think it's too late to get in for this year, but remember it for next year. And it's a competition for all cars, all classes, all together, and tracks participate in it, and they've done a great job to get a year-end point fund. And this is the interesting thing that I saw when I was checking it out. Every Tuesday they put out a new one at Western Iowa Racing Results. If you want, check it out on Facebook. But here's your top 10. I don't have the points, but our top 7. You have Brandon Nielsen at number 1. He's a hobby driver. Jeff Fink at a hobby. Mike Nichols in a stock. Riley Payson, sport compact. Bob Moore in a modified. Drew Bargloff in a hobby. And then Tom Van Dyke in a sport mod. So there's 7 different driver names in the top 7 and 5 different classes. So it's a unique way to look at points. So maybe they might not matter to some, but there are still a few that do care about points racing. I'm one of those who just finds it very fascinating to see, especially those type of points battles. Video highlights from Dirt Track Speedway, presented by Fast Chefs by Actual Exchange. They're not just fast, they're first. FastChefs.com.